Hello and welcome back to Wag's Cancer Journey. I'm Wags and this is my cancer journey. Week 2 in the books, and I can't tell you how much things have changed. Things are changing dramatically from one week to another. It's happening faster than I thought it would, but it's also doing okay at the same time, if that makes any sense, and hopefully it does when I get into this. So this week, physically, sore throat, elevated some within the week. Swelling is getting to be a little more. You can feel it. So eating foods restrict everything. So gotta kind of, maybe start going to a little bit more softer things. Last night I had chili cheese dogs. If you watch my other channel, Driftless Area Outdoors, you'll see that meal being made. And I had to take small bites of the bun. Everything else, the chili and stuff, was good, and I'm going to be eating a lot of that stuff, I think, just because it's easy to swallow. Didn't bother me, the acid or the burning, so I don't think I'm overly raw in the tonsil. But I was told that as this grows, before we start radiation and start shrinking stuff, that these are all things you're going to have to deal with. Headache. Had a lot of headache this week, pretty severe. I found out one of the things from reading, and my chart, when going through UW anyway, they've got the app, read it. I can't recommend that enough. If you folks are going through anything like this, and it doesn't have to be throat cancer, but in general, they are pretty thorough about putting stuff on my chart, times and dates of when they want it, because when they want to see it. That's a whole nother subject we're going to get into. And what they recommend and stuff, and the doctor's notes. They do a summary and they put it on there so you can read it, and I suggest you do. They also will give you typed out, stapled together, highlighted, the whole 9 yards. This is multiple pages of what I can expect through chemotherapy. So physically, I'm a little bit more run down, and I think a lot of that is just fighting this cancer. So, but nothing major. I could pretty much, I feel like I could do anything I wanted to do. I really thought this headaches was due to the fact that I read that the main artery, carotid artery, whatever, is being restricted. I'm not getting the blood flow to the brain that I'm supposed to be. And when I sat down with the chemo doctor, he's like, no, I don't think it's restricted enough that it's that big a deal. I was also told by one of the nurses, that, hey, if you got the artery is restricted like that, you got to watch out, because you're more likely to have a stroke, because you're not getting the blood to the brain. He also said that probably would be one would not be, if I did have a stroke, it wouldn't be because of this. So that gave me some ease. I think a lot of it was getting this paperwork in. My employer, who has been absolutely fantastic working with me on all this, I really helped, and it seemed like once my paperwork was given to UW, my headache started, because I didn't get the warm fuzzies that it was going to the right place. And this week we did some chasing down of the paperwork, and I was glad I did, because it was still sitting on the same desk of the people that took it from me. And they were here to do a CAT scan. They weren't here to do this cancer stuff like Dr. Burr's office that had a radiation. So I had to chase down my paperwork, that all while I'm on the road trying to make a living, driving truck. Found out where the paperwork was, got that into the hands of the people that it was supposed to. They got it filled out. They got it sent in. Once my employer called me and told me, hey, we got this paperwork, everything's good to go on your end, just go fight this cancer. It seemed like my headache just kind of went away. Now my girlfriend had some chase her paperwork as well. They missed some stuff. She got a hold of the right people, and hopefully they're getting that squared away as well. So be prepared for some of this stuff. It's not always going to go A, B, C as planned. They do a great job, and every employer is different, I'm sure. My employer was fantastic through all this. They had the paperwork filled out. They had things that they already knew typed in there, so I had to fill in the blanks on my end. The doctor and their team filled out the blanks on their end, sent it in, and plenty of fax number, location, so they could fax this over to them. All that stuff is important, and if you're going through this or any procedure like this, I think it's really important to just slow down, take your time, get this stuff done correctly the first time. Like I said, I should have hung on to my stuff and said, I will wait to run this down to Dr. Burr's office after this MRI a week ago. Had I done that, I probably wouldn't have had the headaches and the sleepless nights I did this week. But it got done. So physically, that's where I'm at with that. Emotionally, it's because of this situation and others. It's been kind of a roller coaster week. Wednesday, I finished up. I had appointments Thursday and Friday, and I had to park the truck because Thursday, Friday appointments. Monday I am free. Tuesday I start radiation. Wednesday I start chemotherapy. So all this got thrown at me this week as we went through the medical part of everything, and I'm going to go over that in a minute. So I haven't had a week off in 17, almost 18 years. July will be 18 years. I had 1 week 6 years ago. My son was in a motocross accident on Mother's Day. Went to UW hospital, spent a week there, was in a coma for a few days. We got him home yesterday. Would have been 6 years ago yesterday we got him home. That week I did take off from work. I don't really consider that a vacation because I was at the hospital each and every day. My wife never left his side. She was there the whole time, his mother. And I was up there bringing her a change of clothes, making sure she had lunch, because if I know she wouldn't have ate, that kind of stuff. So I don't really call that a vacation. Otherwise, I haven't taken a week off and call it 18 years. And I'm going to have some time off. So I don't know how to handle that. I'm a worker. I'm a worker bee. That's what I do. I need to relieve stress and just put everything behind me. I jump in the truck and go haul low feed. That's where I do my best thinking. That's where I clear my head, because I'm driving that 18-wheeler down the road. You gotta be in the moment. Okay, medically this week I had to see Dr. Trevor Denny. He was the medical oncologist, and a couple people reached out to me. First, I want to say thank you to Tom. Reached out to me right away. Once watching this video, he already knew what Dr. Denny was going to be going through, and he reached out to me to relieve me of any stress I was having, because I was worried that maybe they found something else in that MRI a week ago. So another friend of mine, she's arguably going through much bigger battle than myself, took the time to both watch my video and then reach out and tell me the same thing. And I want to thank you, Heather and Robert, for reaching out and telling me that that's what he's going to do, and giving me words of encouragement, and then opening up the door that if I have any questions, she's a little farther down the road on these treatments than I am. She may be able to answer my questions, and for somebody like that that's going through this and helping me, I don't know what to say. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. Good luck, Heather. Keep up the good fight. Everybody else that reached out, I want to thank you, but they were right. Dr. Trevor Denny wanted to talk to me about the chemo. And with the chemo proceedings, he had a lot of information, and you can tell they do this every day. It's, he wants to go in order. We're going to do this from that. They did change things up. They're going to do 6 weekly chemotherapy treatments, because if they give me just 3 big doses of chemo, that's all I can get. But 6, they can increase the amount if needed as these tests go on. Which brings me to another thing in a minute. But this chemo doctor goes right down in order of what we're going to do, and he wants to do 6 because, again, he can up the dosage if he needs to get it in 6. And we start that on Wednesday, and he went over the 3 drugs I'll be getting. It's the 3 most common, the one they know the most about. They know the side effects, they know how to combat the side effects. So I'll be taking medications for anti-nausea, be taking 2 different medications for anti-nausea, also antibiotic, because it really breaks down your immune system, as you well know. You folks that know this about chemo, it's review. You folks that don't, you're watching this for the first time, you're as scared as I am. They really have their fingers on this stuff. So just let them do them, and when they tell you that you need to take this medicine, take the medicine. You start feeling nauseated, take it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not playing around. The other thing is you can catch so many different viruses and stuff because your immune system gets broke down. I'm the kind of guy, I have a pretty good immune system, but I worry that it breaks down. I have people in my life that are in front of a lot of people. They don't like dirty environments. So I can't jump in the truck and be in barnyards delivering molasses, much as I'd want to. Can't be around somebody at a truck stop that sees 10,000 people an hour and has, speech with them, because all of that can rub off on me. So I'm going to end up going probably in full COVID mode, where I'm wearing a mask pretty much everywhere I go, and if you see me in that situation, that's why. I worry about catching just about anything, and then being subject to pneumonia or something like that, all while going through this chemo. So I'm going to be pretty isolated. I'm going to be at my house, and I'm going to be chilling by a fire, and I'm not going to be in front of a lot of people. Going to rely on my support team to go fetch me something if I need it. So I'm not going to the store and being in front of those people. And luckily I've got a lot of family and friends, and that shouldn't be a problem. So I talked to him on Thursday, and then they brought in the nurse, and she goes over a lot of things as well, and really fills your head. It's there's a lot of information, and again, they put it down so you can read it. We also recorded it with our digital phones, so we can go back and listen to the conversation. For you people that are new to chemo, like myself, there's even a birds and bees talk. I'll let them, you can use your imagination on some of that, but you're full of chemo drugs. You can't be just putting that anywhere. So you got to be, there's so many different things you got to be careful with this procedure, between the radiation and now the chemo. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, they filled my head with radiation talk, and I talked about that last week. And I hope you go back and watch week 1 if you need to. Week 2, now they filled my head with the chemo stuff. And there's just as much or more with the chemo than there was with the radiation. That brings me to Friday. Well, finishing Thursday, we sat down and they started making the chemo appointments. Well, you've got labs before chemo where they inject the drugs. First they make them, so you got to sit. I mean, wow. Chemo, they filled my plate. I got so many appointments. I'm like, gosh, thank goodness for that my chart, where, because it's every day, there's something going on. So I really thought that most days, 4 out of 5, because I'm doing this radiation 5 days a week, I would bop in, be there for 30 minutes, and out the door I'd go. No, don't think that. You're going to have labs. You're going to have to talk to the radiation doctor. In my case, Dr. Burr. I'll be talking to him once a week. You've got the chemo. You've got labs with chemo. They're going to be taking blood to make sure your blood count, your red and white blood cell counts. Don't think you're just bopping in there 40 minutes and you can head back to the lake and pick up the fishing pole and go fishing. That's what I thought last week, and I was really hoping that would be the case. Not so much. So you are going to be filled with appointments. You might as well figure from 8 to 4, 8 to 3, your job is going to be at that hospital doing what they need you to do. So that brings us to Friday. All right, it brings us to Friday. Friday, I had the PET scan, and we had to be there at 8 o'clock, and we actually got there early because the last couple of days we were just sliding in right at the bell, and I'm military. If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. So we get there early and get to where we had to go, and we were in the Wimmer building in UW, which is not easy to get to, but everybody did a really good job again explaining where to park, where to go for registration. They would get us in the right place. They actually had a map. It's a deal. We get down there, and the PET scan is a different animal. I did have some anti-anxiety medicine with me. Didn't want to take it if I didn't need to, but I had it with me just in case. And we get down there, and they set you in a room, and they want it. You have no cell signal, so, and it's all by design. They want you to be relaxed. They want you to relax and just chill out there, because they are shooting you full of radiation. And when they put this radiation in your system, they got to wait about 45 minutes so it gets to all your organs. And in order to do that, you kind of got to remain calm and just be relaxed. So the lady that helped me to do my PET scan, she told me that, asked me if I had 1 or 2 anxiety pills. I said, well, I got 2. And she says, I recommend maybe just taking 1. It's not going to affect your driving or anything like that, but you're going to be more relaxed in there, and we probably will get a better scan if you have any claustrophobic at all. So I said it don't matter. I could use that. I could use the chill if nothing else after this week. So I went ahead and took 1 and sat there for my 45 minutes. They put an IV in me and shot me full of the radiation, and took me back about 45 minutes later, and it's about 30 minutes you're in there, and it's way more wide open than the MRI. It's really no big deal at all. It was super comfortable. The table moves back and forth, and I wasn't asleep, but I was just kicked back chilling. And next thing you know, the guy that was doing it says, hey, we're done, and got me up, and that was it. we were able to leave after that. It was kind of nice because the reason I say that is the last couple of times we went there, we're sitting down with and just getting bombarded with stuff. This was go in, do what you were supposed to do, and you're free to leave. And that was kind of nice because with all the tests comes all the different stuff on top of that. You know, hey, this is what you're going to go through. And, you know, this was just a test, and they didn't fill my brain with a bunch of information that's going to give me a headache the rest of the day. So that was my Friday. Where am I at right now? I feel good. I'm ready to go. Tuesday, radiation. Wednesday, chemotherapy. Bring it on. I'm trying to go up north next weekend. So I will be doing this from the Northwoods with any luck. And if not, I'll fill you in on that. But this week, Tuesday radiation, Wednesday chemotherapy and radiation, Thursday radiation, Friday radiation. I think one day in there I have a video conference with the medical oncologist. I'm not exactly sure what day, but I'll fill you in on that. For everybody out there, thank you for all the support. Please, if you can like, subscribe, share this, get this in front of as many people as we can. I want YouTube to see this, and if anybody's looking up anything with cancer, I want them to see this. If we can help one person, hey, let's do our best to help one other person. Kind of like, you know, Tom and Heather and Bob are helping me and others. I want to help somebody else as well. If we can do that, it'll be worth it. Never quit. You know, never quit. We're just going to fight the fight, and we're never going to give up. And all my friends out there, Marlene fighting cancer herself, you know, you guys inspire me to do what I can do because of what you did. So lots of friends and family that have gone through similar or worse situations than me, and I appreciate everyone reaching out. So for Jim, I again want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. If we can help eliminate veteran suicide, I'm going to put a picture right up here of the back of my truck. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. That's what 22 a day is. We can go to the Till Valhalla Project, pick up a t-shirt or a decal, but they give plaques out to families that have lost loved ones as awareness, but they also work real hard with the hotlines and keep them funded. So there's always somewhere that you can call to get help. And if you're a veteran out there, or even if you're not a veteran, if you feel you need help, give them a call. Trust me when I tell you this, they pick up the phone every time. So for Jim, Wags, Cancer Journey, this is my cancer journey, and I'm Wags. We'll see you next time.